Hey, welcome back. Do me a favor, take out your tablet and write down what I'm about to say. No, not your iPad or your Samsung. Your clay tablet, of course. Ready? Okay, just kidding, but you get brownie points for being eager. As we've already seen in this series, writing on clay tablets or carving runes into stones is anything but convenient. There's a good reason we left that behind. Luckily, with the invention of new technology, written communication became much easier. And that is the thing, right? You know that the easier it is to communicate, the more you do it. Just look at your email inbox or your social media feeds. We're constantly bombarded with easily created content. And suddenly, scale becomes a hard thing to manage. But let's go to Egypt, where roughly 5,000 years ago papyrus was invented. Why is that important? Well, papyrus was cheap, it was easy to produce, to use, and to store. And that made it super popular with the Egyptians. And they used it to record everything. And by everything, I mean everything.
Lists of grain amounts.
Lists of animal produce.
Lists of statues.
Who was to gift what for a feast?
And yes, men brought the beer. They even had lists with names of donkeys on them. Best practices on how to rent them out and what compensation was to be paid in case something went wrong. So if you think you live in regulated times, this is definitely not new. As soon as easier recording was a thing, people would do it. You can probably think of anything and Egyptians likely had a document for it. So, what's your favorite Egyptian annuity contract? Now, with a massive increase in document production, the next question is, how do we store them? Back then, the cloud was just an actual cloud. Storage has always been a problem, not just in ancient Egypt. Weather, wars, natural disasters, vermin, or simply age have always been the enemies of document storage. Sadly, we can only guess at how much information and knowledge has been lost because libraries like the ones in Alexandria or Baghdad have been destroyed or simply neglected. The impact this kind of loss can have: in 1697, a fire completely destroyed the castle in Stockholm, and with it roughly 75% of all manuscripts and books. To this day, the late medieval period in Sweden is not that well researched because so many documents were lost. Do you remember what we said in our intro episode? Data is important for the full picture. Luckily, modern technology can take that headache away. Data centers these days are fail-safe, highly compliant, and allow you to access business information at an instant, just with a click of a button. What's in the cloud can be easily transferred to another data center should the need arise, and there's no need to keep stacks of paper in the basement anymore. And should you ever get audited, you have an organized repository at the ready. So let's be grateful for modern technology, because can you imagine sending a contract on stone to your business partner? How Flintstones would that be? Also, how easy is it these days to store records and to get instant insights from them? Whilst not perfect, we can be grateful that Egyptians started to store their records, because how else would we know that they had ass rentals? Can I say ass on LinkedIn? I've been Arvid, and this has been another episode of D's and C's.